Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am revitalising a very successful video I've done probably a few years back now, where I made a tech suit tier list, and I got a lot of requests to update this over the previous years, but I wanted to make sure when I did update this there was enough new suits that I've tried to make it worthwhile. I didn't just want to add one or two suits, I wanted to add a whole load, and I've got 17 suits to add today. So we're going to start with the previous tier list, we're going to build upon it, and we're going to see how it looks in this current state in the tech suit market for the year 2021, heading into the ISL season and post Tokyo Olympics. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So here we have the list as I left it the last time I uploaded this video. We've got a few Mizunos in the God tier. We've got the tier Venzo, the Speedo Pure Intent, and the Finis Rival 2.0 in the top end tier. I'd actually previously titled this suits with dual layering and taping, and they were the low waist cuts of both these suits. Then in the great tier we had the Carbon Pro, the Carbon Air Squared and Carbon Air, the Finis Rival, and the Aquarius My Skin IO. And in solid suits with the Tira Victor, the Carbon Flex, the Engine Wing Skin, and the Jacket J05. The have problems tier, we have the Laser Elite, the QSW Vision, the Hammerhead Hydro Flow, the Mizuno MX Sonic, the MP Espresso, and the Rocket Science FU. Then in the don't buy, you know I'm not a fan of both the Carbon Ultra and the Laser X, and I stand by that, don't buy them suits. Then we have the Rocket Science Orbit, the Hammerhead Silver Armor, which is a terrible suit, mind you, and the even worse My Skin Sensation from Aquarius. And then in the not a tech suit tier, we have the Q Swimwear Q Glide. So just before we get into the 17 suits I've got to add, we're going to just adjust a few things because some suits are no longer for sale. So we're going to bring the Jacket J05 Maxis into that column. The QSW, they're no longer a brand, so they're no longer for sale. I should really put the Carbon Pro down there, but we'll get to the Carbon Pro later because as a suit, we can give some love. I don't think you get the Rocket Science anymore. You can get the Orbit though, and that should really do it for suits, that are no longer for sale. But they just give us a little bit more room up top to talk about some different models. And also quickly off the bat, I just don't believe the Finis Rival 2.0 is a top end suit. I think it's a great suit, and in doing that, I don't think the Finis Rival is great. I think it's just a solid suit. So we're going to move it down to there. And actually, I want to first talk about the Venzo and the Pure Intent, which I had put in top end previously. And I'm going to bring them both down to great because these are the standard cuts of the suit. And I do think that the high-waisted, that's the suit I went 22 in, that's my 50 Freestyle PB suit. I do think that's top end. And the Pure Intent high-waisted, I also think is top end. So we're going to move them into that tier. Now I have been fortunate enough to try one more suit that also falls into the not a tech suit category, and that was the absolutely horrendous, and I'm talking horrendous, Aquafil Oxygen. Where is it? Let me find that. Here it is, this boy. And it's just damn terrible. So that joins the not a tech suit. In fact, I'm going to put it worse. If we're saying these tiers are ordered, worse than the Q Swimwear. That is a suit I never want to wear again. I don't even know where mine is. I hope it's been lost because the world does not deserve to ever see that again. And let's just roll through. For some reason I've got each suit twice. I imported them wrong. Don't hate me. But we have the Finis Fuse. And this is a solid suit that goes in the has problems tier because, it's a little thicker. you know, standard of a budget suit. And I've obviously done full reviews on the majority of these suits. If you want a deeper dive, check that out. But it's damn cheap. I've seen these go as cheap as 40-ish pounds in like Wiggle in the UK, and maybe a retail of like 70 or 80, but it's comfortably sub £100. I don't like it as much as the Mizuno MX Sonic 02, but it has problems, but that's because it's not a perfect suit. That's because it's a budget suit. But I wouldn't say it in a don't buy tier. And actually, for the money, it would be in the solid or even great suits area. But if we're putting this as a tier list, overall performance, money, no object, then it will sit around here. And then we go on to, well, the Mizuno Gx Sonic 5 ST, and this picture's the new American colorway. It does go into the God tier, but this might be a bit controversial. I've not fully reviewed this suit, but I'm going to put it at the back end. I think I'd still wear the 4 and the 3 STs over the 5 ST. This suit, maybe I got it in a medium like I've had in the previous Mizunos. It's just too damn tight. It's still everything you love. The material feels better. It's more hydrophobic. It's almost like waxy, but the tightness was just too much. And I'm all for compression, but Mizuno are known for compression. Every Mizuno has compression. I just found like it was a bit too much, if I'm going to be completely honest. And yeah, for that reason, I'm going to put it at the back end of the God tier. And then that moves us on to the Arena Carbon Glide. That is obviously a latest Arena offering since I've done this tier list. And I think the fact that it's ridiculously priced, its original retail was over 300. It does some good things. It's got some dual layering going on. The material's kind of funky. It's got good water repellency. But it's no surprise that all of the top Arena athletes are wearing the Carbon Air, which I put in the great tier, and the Carbon Core FX, which we'll get to later. And for that reason, it's just a solid suit. And I'd say, you know, at the top end of this solid suit section, it's not really got a suit with problems, but it just doesn't ever wow me when I've worn it. And here we go. If you remember my Asics review, this is I'm not even sure which model it is now. There's so many weird names. It's the Rio Glide Plus or something like that. The full review will tell you the name if you so care. But since that review, it's kind of grown on me. You know, I reviewed it after racing it the first time. I didn't even do that badly, like considering I put the Mizuno on 2 weeks later and I only saw a couple of attempts faster. And I've worn it in training a lot this year. So, you know, post my original review, I could have even been tempted to put it in a not a tech suit because it was just, you know, people laugh about it and then they wear it. Lewis loved it. Lewis absolutely loves using this suit. So while it definitely has problems, I'm going to stick it all the way here, almost in that solid suit area, which you're going to laugh when you actually watch my review because I slated this suit. But I've got a soft spot. I've worn this in training so many times, just like for sets like where I want to go fast, and God, it feels good and makes me feel fast. Like I've been at one point in Dubai when I was training with Ivan, Perry, Adam. I was doing back end 50s long fly, going 27s on repeats wearing that suit. So hell, I'm tempted to even boost it up a tier. And that moves us on to the Akron Venom, which I'm not going to speak loads about. It's a solid suit. I'm going to say somewhere between the Carbon Glide and the engine wing skin. I'm just going to stick it dead in the middle because it's just a solid suit. Full reviews available, check that out. I'm not going to delve too much into it. I like the suit. And then we have the Aquarapid Chronos, which has some things I really like. I really like the taping structure. I really like the cut. But it does have some problems. And again, full review is available. I'm going to stick it there. It's not a bad suit. It's not a bad suit. But it's not quite in that level here. And this is a great suit. The Carbon Core FX. It's Arena's most popular model on the market right now. It's what Florent Manadou's wearing. It's what, you know, the top women are wearing for the most part. With the outside of some people wearing the Carbon Air. But I'll be honest, I prefer the Carbon Air. If I had to wear an Arena suit, I'd wear the Carbon Air. Even probably for sprints. So I'm going to put it in the middle of the Carbon Air and the Carbon Air squared. In a sort of a little Arena section we have here. And talking of Arena, we know Bruno Fratus wore the Carbon Pro. to win an Olympic medal, I'm going to put that suit in the top end category. Bring back the Carbon Pro. This is my labour of love to it. People love the suit, and we want to see it back on the market arena. And we have another Finis suit, the Vapor Pro, a little bit more expensive than the Fuse, but still budget orientated. It has problems, but it's not a bad suit. It's one I could race in. Somewhere around here. I still prefer the Mizuno, I'm not going to lie. I think if you're going to get one of these budget Finis, I'd get the Fuse. It's cheaper and it's close enough. It just doesn't have that papery, sort of spongy material of the Vapor Pro. And a suit I really do hate. Adam Metcalf lost this when I lent it to him in Dubai. So somewhere in the Hamdan Aquatic Centre you might find this, or in a random hotel room in Dubai. There is an MP Matrix floating around, and probably the only one because no one's bought this for good reason. Don't buy this suit. There it is. Stupidly expensive, not a great impressive suit. And you can argue Chase Kalish won an Olympic gold medal wearing this suit. I don't care, he could have been quicker in a Zuno or anything else above this on this list. Don't buy the MP Matrix, not a fan of that suit. And then we go to another one of the latest Mizunos, the 5MR. And unlike the 5S2, I have reviewed this. And it still sort of falls into that trap. You know, just so you know, the 4ST is number one, and then I think it's the 3MR, then it's the 3ST, and kind of controversial, but I'm going to stick with both the 5s underneath the 3s and 4s. If I wasn't a sprinter, I might put this a little higher, so just bear that in mind. And I'm splitting hairs. These Mizunos, they're all on that same sort of plane of existence. It's just anyone could prefer any of them. You know, if you like Mizunos, you like all Mizunos. So there's that. And for a suit that the Tira Victor standard waist, I only put in solid suits. I had a worn one when I listed it, but I have since had a brand new high waisted Victor, and I love this suit. I really like this suit. Surprisingly good. I want to kind of put it in that top end behind the Carbon Pro, but I think that would be selling it a bit high. So I think, you know, somewhere probably around here. Top of great, just because I prefer a high-waisted to, if I had a high-waisted version of Venzo and Pure Intent, 100% over the Victor for me, but the high-waisted cut, I take it over the low-waisted, anything else. So yeah, big fan of that suit, the Victor. It's what Michael Andrew wore. Big fan of Michael Andrew. Since he's been with TIR, no longer with Adidas, that's what he wears. And all right, we've got a suit here that I've not actually worn. And I wanted to put this on the list in the not tried because these are a super popular suit right now. That is the Speedo Pure Valor. Let's just say standard and high waist, but people are loving this suit. People are swimming really fast. Duncan Scott and Tom Dean went 1-2 at the Olympics wearing this suit. And I still haven't tried it. I need to try it. I need to review it, but I have to put it on the tier list. I can't just ignore its existence. And the same can be said for the Arena Aquaforce. There's two of these, the Aquaforce X's. There's the control position and the motion free model. Daya Sato wears the motion free. He did so when he set the 200 fly and 400 IM short course world records. So I wanted to just, you know, acknowledge that's existence. And lastly, the Mizuno Gx Sonic Neo. And Drew Kibler and a few others have won that in the Olympics. It's like if you've got sprint, multi-racer, then way up here, you can't see my hand, but it's way up there, is in terms of like lack of compression, less dual layering, all of that is the Neo. Drew Kibler, I've mentioned him briefly over Instagram DMs. He said he loves it because it just doesn't fatigue his legs up. So I wanted to put that into the not tried tier. And then lastly, I just realised at the bottom here, the Adidas 18 Freestyle Jammer. Might no longer be for sale because they've got the 2020 version, but I think you can probably still buy these pretty handily. I tried Kieran's pair of these. Did have a small rip in it. Probably should mention that. But it was a solid suit. It was a solid suit for sure. And the 2020 one, because I Adidas got liquidated in America. Adidas Swim, sorry, not main Adidas, obviously. Duh, come on. But Adidas Swim got like a bankrupt, whatever. Then it liquidated all assets. You can get these for like $20 in America, but they still exist everywhere else in the world. So if I wanted to buy one in the UK, it's like £200+. But if you want to buy one in America off eBay, or I've seen people get them for like $10 in thrift stores. Ridiculous stuff. So again, it's another suit I probably should try at some point. It's what Klement Klesnikov wore to win these Olympic medals and also set the world record on the 50 backstroke. So again, as suits go, that's one I should probably try, and maybe I should have put in the not tried tier list. But this is my updated tier list. This is how I think the suits sit in the 2021 marketplace. Let me know if you think that I've done something outrageous here. Let me know if, you know, I put a suit you love in don't buy, or maybe you're just not a fan of Mizuno's like I am. But let me know what you think of this tier list. It's not absolute, it's just one person's opinion, but I have been fortunate enough to try a lot of tech suits to be able to come to these conclusions. As always, if you do enjoy this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video.